Well, hello, ladies and germs of the Arizona fishing communities that we all know and love. So I went to shoreline at Bartlett today with my PETA Jungle friend Kirk. I will tell you, it was the windiest I've ever encountered at Bartlett. It was a good thing that I was going to take my crappie rod and my finesse rod, and we both decided we're only going to take one rod and use multiple techniques. So I took my heavier crappie stuff because my finesse rod's only 6-pound braid, 6-pound fluorocarbon, so I can cast some pretty light stuff with it still. So I took my big bag with all my drop shot and net stuff, my flukes. I threw flukes. Now, just in case you're wondering, on Pleasant, when the shad are running for striper and bass, flukes, plain white zoom 6-inch fluke, phenomenal, okay? Or 5 1/4. The 6-inch I throw on heavier gear, but haven't had those for a while. I even had 8-inch magnums for a while that I was throwing on my heavy cover rig, and they pull some vicious strikes. But on Pleasant specifically, when you're on a boat, it's a great way to quickly get striper and bass. On Saguaro and Bartlett, when it is windy like it is phenomenal kicking those off the waves. And I did a phenomenal job of doing that. I did the fluke first and last thing I did. But because of the cold coming back, I think they're hunkered down because I didn't see any bait running. I didn't see any fish running. I did, however, get one crappie to follow me on the Crush City mooch with one of the 6 cents 1/8 ounce heads. And the cool thing about these heads is they, no matter what you put them on, if it's a bait that's a size that it'll work on, it tracks very straight. It planes in the water a certain way. It's phenomenal. It just never hit. I know even last weekend with it being warmer, people were just slaughtering stuff, but I was not on a boat. I don't have live scope. I was shorelining. Now, cut to when it's 115, 120 in the shade. If I go to the shoreline, I beat the snot out of crappie and bass. I throw only bass stuff and get them all. I threw, it's one of my 1/16 that I flattened and put eyes on with a number 4 with a Yamamoto curly. Flat white. Everybody knows white and chartreuse are just a couple colors that really kill it. I threw this color 6 cents head with one of Get Out and Fish's shad fry. That tracks really good in the water. By the way, Get Out and Fish, dude, this body on this jig head is phenomenal, man. It is amazing how it comes through the water. But I also throw them on a regular 16th ball and just a little bit of hook. It comes to the water pretty good still. And those were primarily what I was throwing for crappie stuff because they were heavy enough to get through the wind. The 1/8 6 cents obviously cast further, and the 6-pound braid to fluorocarbon casts really, really well. Side note, when you get anything under 10-pound braid, it loses its color real quick. It still stays just as strong, it just loses its color real quick. So I've only thrown one of these Ghost Morning Dawns so far. I've got it rigged up in one of my other pouches. But the thing with the mooch minnow is that it's such a subtle motion that it's just like a baitfish's tail, even when it's going fast and it's trying to escape. They don't do this. And they get mauled. The yellow bass on Dobson, holy shit, now that they filled the water back up, man, I've been getting pasted. I really should have just gone to Dobson instead of having my friend drive all the way out to fucking Bartlett. I mean, I gave him gas money and all that, but still. But this chartreuse pearl color, the only thing you got to watch out for with these heads is it's almost better. Yes, my phone's on a lazy Susan. That's why it's turning. It's a real soft plastic, almost like Z-Man's Elastec. So the jig heads that just have the metal keeper, are easier to thread onto than these 6th Sense ones. I've still got a fair amount of Matthew Picklestimmer's AZ Leadworks that I put the eyes on and flattened out. And the reason I do that is because they skip into things real easy being flatter. But I've also got, you know, plenty of the regular ball heads, and there's a lot of times where the ball head is just fine. I mean, they'll still kill it. But the Annihilator, and like I said, I haven't tossed a whole lot of these paranormals or the Morning Dawn ones, but this frequency, this color is sexy as hell. But even in the dirtiest water, this one here, the Chartreuse Minnow, it shows up so good. And this tail, this frequency tail, it's almost the same type of effect that the 6th Sense Clobber Minnow has. It moves no matter what you do. There's motion all the fucking time. And when you pull it, it's just that real subtle thing, but it's more of a little bit stubbier profile. So I'm really interested to see if I get on a kayak at Saguaro in the middle of summer and I drop these for yellows, what I can do. There are crappie in Saguaro, but they're not nearly as plentiful as other lakes. Recently, when I got this box for like $4.50 at Walmart, it was to be a river pack. So I've got like Hellgrammites and stuff like that, you know, to cover that type of territory. And you know, I keep my 6-pound Fluoroclear leader. I hate Fluoroclear, but I still had a whole lot of remainder of the spool, and it works just fine as a leader. I do not use it as a main line ever, but then I have braid literally on all my stuff now. So except for my 2-pound, that's the only one I have straight high-vis mono on. And when I tell you that it casts like a fucking bullet, it's not a lie. It is insane how far it casts. I mean, even with a 16th ounce, I mean, if I put a 20th head Z-Man with a TRD on it, I take almost all the line off the spool, and I've got almost 300 yards of 2-pound line on it. It's retarded, and it's way too heavy for that, by the way. I typically throw only crappie and panfish stuff on it. So, you know, it's interesting, you know, how things are going on that lake. It was just so windy. Like, I've never seen it. I've seen it like that at Pleasant a lot. Pleasant can be real treacherous, but there were people that were not even launching their boats at Bartlett. That's how windy it was. My friend and I went to the cafe that overlooks the marina afterwards around 2 o'clock. And let me tell you something, there were so many people there, we had to sit outside, and as good as the food is, it was not a pleasant experience. It was stupid windy. Now, I really like the green gizzard clobber minnows. When I know that the crappie are beating the shit out of stuff actively, these are great. When they're not, and it's in murky water, the pro chicken is stupid good. And I'll put it on one of those 1/8 heads. It looks weird, but for some reason it gets hit. And you know, I bought more of the pro chickens because they just work that good. I've got the microfiction in threadfin. These little monsters kick ass, man. On a little tiny 1/32 ounce, fucking forget it, man. From Rocky Mountain, Custom Jigs and Plastics, Raymond Ramirez, look him up, super good. I get his curlies a lot. I've got this really kick-ass twister in like that speckle purple with the translucent. I have his 2-inch crusher with the regular monkey milk, and I've got just the straight purple and silver in the curly as well. And then of course I've got, you know, Mr. Get Out and Fish's 2-inch minnows. I got that Graylin. I've got the thread fin. You know, when they're like real finicky and they're feeding on bait on a green light, these are phenomenal, by the way. And then the hickory. I like the hickory a lot, actually. But then I've got Flashy for the shad fry. I've got the gizzard, and this one, the hickory. That one, I'm almost out of them because they work so damn good. Then, man, they just are kick-ass. And then Easy Limits. This guy's on eBay. I like these red with the chartreuse ones from him specifically. I haven't bought a whole lot from him. I intend to get more, but I need to get a better boat pack for crappie stuff. I've got just a standard outdoor fanny pack that you can wear back or front. I took the bottles, always suck on these things, so I took the bottles, threw them away. I use the pouches to carry like my forceps, my scent that I use for the crappie and panfish, that kind of stuff, and it works really well, by the way. And it's a big enough bag to hold all the stuff. I mean, it gets a little bit much after a while, but I don't have a big mega pack for it. I just don't. I don't like carrying a lot of stuff on the shoreline, so I microscopic as much as I can on the shoreline. Keep my complement of 1/32, 1/16, 1/8. I almost never go beyond 1/8 in weight unless I'm on somebody's boat with live sonar. And most of my friends' boats are down right now. So I don't have the income for a boat. I'm about ready to get my teeth starting to get fixed, so I do not have the income for a kayak right now. And I don't trust my car to drive all the way to a lake. I mean, it does not feel right. And I've mentioned it to Nissan, and the last time I went in, they said, hey, you're all in the green, but there's something going on in my front end, and it doesn't feel right. And yet, and still, it shifts just fine. My RPMs when I'm at idle, it idles fine. It comes down to idle fine. It gets an average of 31 to 32 miles to the gallon. It is operating good, but there's something wrong somewhere, and they have yet to find it. There's a ghost in the machine, and I'm coming up on my 65,000 mile. I don't know, man, and I don't want to get rid of it because I've got it paid well below half off at this point, and my insurance has gone down. My tags have gone way the fuck down. It is a 10-gallon tank, and I fill up at about 8.5 gallons at 280 miles, which is around 32 to 33 miles to the gallon. So it's like, why would I get rid of it at this point? Now, it doesn't feel right. So I don't want to put a rack on my roof and a kayak and be on my way and have something happen. I don't know. It's really a rock and a hard place for me right now, as far as that goes. Oh, and I don't have, do not at this moment have another thing of super glue. I just keep it on for Neds and soft plastics to keep them on easier. When I take that kind of bait off, I scrape the shaft of the hook back off and I use it over again. This stuff, brush pile, dude. Now, I'm going to tell you this because holy shit, gelatin, unflavored gelatin, and I'm giving you some fucking sauce right now, so do not tell everybody in the world about this fucking shit, okay? If you put gelatin in a pack of baits with some plain ass water and just let it absorb, it is a bio-based powder that imitates the enzymes that are in bait fish. So it's better than any scent that there is. And I took a pack of some of my crappie jigs, the clobber minnows, by the way, not these packs, but another one. I put one squirt of this in a quart Ziploc with a teaspoon, okay, a teaspoon of gelatin. And I have a bag in my car in a Ziploc right now of like 4 packs of gelatin, okay? I will just tell you this: if you leave it set for more than a couple days, it will get kind of gooey. But you throw it in the water, you better be prepared to hang the fuck on. And unfortunately, I ran out of that pack, and I really didn't think about having the preparation done, so I didn't have it this time around.